Folks, I'd like to welcome you to my first episode of Sunday Championship League Football, the Video Bot Podcast. How y'all doing? You know me, the owner of the Brooklyn Raiders, but this year I'm going back to just the Raiders, because when my name was just the Raiders, I was winning championships and busting heads. First off, we tried to have 2 new players this year, but as you know, everybody voted against having the 2 players, so it's the original 10 back in this. So big shout out to the Deadskins, the Bronx Bombers, the Dirty Harrisons, the Nitro Niners, the Who Days, Spike That Shit, the TD Twisters, Whedon Boys, and of course the Comeback Kids. Man, last year was kind of a dead year. You know, a couple years ago we had the podcast, and the podcast was just hilarious. You know, everybody was active and everybody was listening. We were doing interviews and it was just a real good year. The next year, we kind of fell off. We didn't have the podcast. There was not many videos because, as you remember, we was making videos back and forth, you know, hyping each other up, talking shit and everything. And that was just fantastic. You know, I had a great time that year. And not to take nothing away from last year, but last year was kind of dead. Of course, we all know the defending champs last year. Got to give it up to them. For the second time, the Bronx Bombers, they barely won. I mean, they barely beat the Dirty Harrisons by like a matter of decimals. It was a great game, you know. Edge of your seat. It was almost watching them stats and watching the actual games and thinking, man, if he just gets one more catch or one more yard, you know, it's going to change everything. And they didn't get it, and the Dirty Harrisons went down, and Matt's been putting it in our faces the whole season. So props to that. As you know, last year, I was the defending champion. This year, I came in second to last place. Made some major mistakes. You know, I picked up Ray Rice and Wes Welker, and we all know what happened to them. And it just went downhill from there. I ended up getting stuck with the Jets running backs. And I mean, it just went downhill. We always had the top guys, you know, the Dirty Harrisons did real well. Bronx Bombers did real well. The Nitro Niners, you know, he's been in the championship game, it seems like, every single year. This year he fell down to 4th place. And then we got the ultimate shit talkers, you know, the Whedon Boys and the Comeback Kids. And sometimes I wonder if those dudes have some kind of inside game where they're exchanging players. So we brought in the commissioner to go over each trade and talk it over with the whole league. So it proved that this year, when they stalled out in the middle of the season and couldn't get their sneaky little trades, we see you, we're watching you. Let's see. The Bronx Bombers, like I said, aka the Google Bombers, won the championships, which is also a little sketchy. He was on his phone the whole time during the draft, like he had some kind of secret connection, or he was on the phone with Yahoo. I don't know what was going on there, but 2 championships in 3 years. You under the radar now. We're about to send you up there to Goodall and have you evaluated. We might get you suspended or something coming up for the first 4 games. I don't know. But this year, man, I'm really excited for it. I've been studying my shit. I know everybody else seems real excited for it. So stay tuned. I know I've talked to Matt. We're going to have the podcast again. I'm going to help him with it. If anybody wants to get involved with that, let us know. We're going to meet up at least, you know, an hour once a week and work on it, or maybe more. I don't know if we're going to meet up here or meet up there, but either way, I'm sure we can accommodate a ride or I don't know, but we can make it happen. We got to make it happen. I got to have this league popping again. I mean, it's fun. I enjoy doing it. I love doing it. I know you guys do too. So let's get the shit talking going, man. Let's get it back to where we was, because I mean, it's fun. It's a good time. If you're not going to be fully involved in it and not talk the smack and you know, do your part, then there's really no reason to be in the league. So let's get that popping. Let's get the defending champ out of here. One of us need to take it back. We can no longer have the Bronx Bombers whipping our tails all over the place. I'll see you this year. Our draft is coming up in just a little over a week, so get ready for that. Remember, if you can't get to the draft, I believe it's the 29th. If you can't get there, let us know now so we could reschedule. But But as of right now, it's the 29th, and I think it's at 5 o'clock. I'm not sure. It might be later. You might want to double check the Facebook group, and also you can message either me or Matt. Matt's Facebook's back, or all of us have each other's numbers, or we at least have one of each other's numbers. So let's get it on. The Raiders are in this, and I hope to see you come this year. Bring your A game, because I'm going to bring it. Championship Football Fantasy League. Yeah.